Yes, I have a medical disorder. Um, and I thank God every day for it. I thank God every day for my girls, for Mel and Julie. They are the reasons I'm still alive. They're the reasons why I am happy today. They give me my childhood. They give me my teenage years. They give me my happiness. They give me my strength. They give me my desire to live. They give me my desire to fight. Without them, what happened to me, I would have been dead by now. I wouldn't have had the strength to carry on. But my girls give me that. They empower me to be the best that I can be. And if I were to give them up, I wouldn't be here doing what I'm doing now. The warrior on my arm would mean nothing. They are. They're my life. And you get very sick individuals who take something so rare, something so amazing, and they turn it into something so awful. And they spread their disease of ignorance to other people. And the sad thing about it is, Ron Workman started this. You see, Ron helped me He was the one who understood what was going on with me. He was the one who was helping me deal with it, try and understand it. And like he said, how can others understand it when you can't? How do I know how to deal with it if you can't even deal with it yourself? And I got that. But he was my rock. And he promised to help me and to stand by me through it all. But then I find out that during it, he was looking to Johnny to find him other women. He knew how to push my buttons. He knew everything about me. And while he was messing around, him and Johnny, I was having a hard time dealing with this because I had no clue. Because our medical people, the doctors and such, didn't know what to do with me. So they didn't offer me any help. But by the time I found the help, it was too late. Or so I thought then. It was too late that Ron left me. And yes, he did leave me for another woman. But how many did he have before he left me? And then he accused me of sleeping with all these men. Johnny told me himself how he told Ron that I slept with these men. Carlene and Gina started in with the lies how I slept with these men. And I didn't. I didn't. I was trying to figure out ways to keep surviving. And if it wasn't for my girls, I wouldn't have survived this. I wouldn't be able to be here today. To let people know that because Ron was screwing around on me, by Johnny's own admission to it, because apparently Ron felt I was too old for him, is what Johnny texted me. But because Ron and Carlene and Chino and Johnny knew what was going on, they had to make Ron look good for when he abandoned me, for when he took everything from me. Not one penny of our money did I see. Nothing. So they had to make up lies to make Ron look good. Give him a poor man persona. Because how he left me, what he did to me, and what he allowed Carlene and Chino and Johnny to do and say about me. You see, Ron knew everything about my condition. He knew the cause of it. And he took that and turned it into a weapon against me. He told everybody I was crazy in order to make him look better as a man, to cover up his infidelity, his payoffs, to try and keep me off the island. And I'm not going to call the people stupid that believed him and Carlene and Chino and Johnny, because they listened to their lies. And as the lies were practiced by them, as they sat together, making them up, making sure each one of them knew every detail of their lies, how can you not believe it? I had to leave the island to get help for me. I had to leave the island to get help. And when I was getting the help, these people, these 4 individuals said what they said about me. Said I was crazy. I belonged in a mental institution. The horrific lies they made up about men they say I slept with, and I never did. Ron had the money, and Carlene and Chino had the abuse of their authority. And Johnny, well, he's just such a liar and he's such a thief. But they made it. They made people hate me because of their lies. Carlene, as a woman, a mother, and a grandmother, told people that I deserved everything I got from Ramon. That what he did to me, I deserved it. I pray to God, Carlene, that none of your girls get raped. That none of them get beaten. Because unfortunately, they'd have to turn to a pathetic excuse of a mother and a grandmother like you. All of this, all of their lies, all stems with payoffs and money. How much money did you get for your lies about me? Money and greed. My disorder has nothing to do with being crazy. My disorder has nothing to do with taking medication, because I don't. I don't need to. Actually, you can't medicate for this. It's unnecessary. My disorder stems from severe childhood trauma and abuse, and the abuse that continued on in my life, and the abuse that continues on today. The abuse from Chino and Carlene and Johnny and Ron and their relatives. Without my girls, I would never have survived. They're amazing. And if I could change anything in my life, if I could go back and change the things in my life, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Because I wouldn't be the woman I am today. I wouldn't be who I am. And I wouldn't be able to sit here and let people know that my disorder is not an awful thing. What is awful about it is how many people are uneducated on it. But Ron Workman was very educated on it. He's a very smart man. He knew so much about it. He knew more than doctors knew. And in my presence, he understood it. And he helped me as best as he could. He knew why I developed them. He knew about the rape and the beatings. He knew all about that. But then he took it and made it into something awful. Made people believe awful things about me just to cover up the true man he was. To cover up the man he is. To make people feel sorry for him. This is a man who sits with money in his bank account. And he chooses to eat for free at Mario's. Free. Mario is an amazing man. His family. I love him. And they love me. But Ron really believed that through his lies, he would make them hate me. That he would make Mario hate me. Because of his lies he was telling them. You see, Ron did confide in some of the lies that what him and Carlene were doing. What him, Carlene, and immigration were doing and were going to do to me. Ron was happy to inform people that if I came back to the island, Carlene and immigration would make one phone call and have me removed. Now you tell me how this was going to happen without Ron and Carlene and Chino and immigration and Johnny's lies about me.